Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 24th, 2024. You are in the Java Cafe. My name is James Jimmy Hills. I'm your host, as you know. We're in the Java Cafe this morning. It is Tuesday, so it's Testimony Tuesday. I have a young lady that is coming in that is definitely no stranger to the Java Cafe. She's a charter member, part of the Java fam. We have partnered on many fronts to bring attention to mental health. But in 2020, Toy was talking about, I don't know if we're going to do the parade and whatnot. And I was like, Toy, let's make it a caravan. And so since then, we've sort of, I've supported, I got the award one year for, I think, actually, I believe it was, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. There's a correlation about next to what I was about to say. So I am going to be honest. We got Toy. If you all see her online, do not call her. I've been trying to coach Toy to how to do not disturb, and we ain't got it yet. She's in a whole nother window now. So y'all pray with these technical things, and we'll see what happens this morning. So Toy, good morning. Good morning, Toy. Can you hear me? Oh, Jesus. Toy.
I can't hear you.
Oh, God. Okay, so I don't know what to do with Toy with the technical difficulties. The only thing I can say is, hold on, I'm going to have to text her and tell her just jump back on the computer, and we're going to have to work it out. It's interesting because you can't on the other side of the camera, you can't go in there and bloop, bloop, bloop. So I told Toy she's going to need a setup to be able to do this. The last time she was here, y'all, we did good. The tech was good. So anyway, Toy is going to come back, hopefully, and talk about the Roxbury Unity Parade again. We partnered in 2020, not partnered. I just encouraged her to turn it into a caravan. So I got in her car and other cars came and we rode around. And there she goes. So we're going to try to, okay, she's on the computer and we're just going to have to deal with that. We'll check in about 10 minutes or so just to get the details of the parade and let her go. Okay, Toy, you're back. So we're going to make this quick today. So we can just talk a little bit about the Roxbury Unity Parade. Good morning. And we got the delay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, now I can hear you. I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Jesus.
You were going in and out.
Okay. So let's we're gonna have to
swear
maybe do
every
this
single time.
All right. what we're going to have to do is potentially do this. All right. Let's do this. All right. Take that off.
Take which one off?
All right. Just talk to the phone.
To the
So
phone.
we're going to do this in 5 minutes. The date of the Roxbury Unity Parade is
July 20th, 2025, which is a Sunday.
Which is a Sunday. All right. So we're chatting with Toy Burton, founder of Roxbury Unity Parade. The Roxbury Unity Parade is taking place on Sunday, July 20th, leaving Madison Park High School at 10 a.m. And there's a block party as well. Toy, very quickly, while things are working, give us the context in 1 minute of the history. What made you come up with the Roxbury Unity Parade?
So it was a few things that made me come up with it. At first, I was going to school downtown and just seeing the tourists and wondering why the tourists weren't coming into Roxbury. So I was like, Roxbury needs something for the tourists to come into Roxbury, and thought of the parade. And then I was seeing other neighborhoods have parades, and I was like, why, how come Roxbury doesn't have a parade? But it was in 2017, after there was a lot of violence in the city that summer, and I felt like my community was hurting, like you could just feel it in the air. And I was like, okay, I have to put this out on Facebook to let people know, because once I do that, then I have to follow through on it. So it was in 2017 that I actually launched the planning of the parade.
And so the first parade was in 2018?
Yep.
Okay, so this would be year number 7.
No, so it's actually 8, because not like a child that has to wait a year since we had the parade in 2018, 2019. Okay. Yeah, so this would be the 8th.
Okay.
So the 7th year, but the 8th parade.
Okay, gotcha. And again, we just want to make sure that folks see down here at the bottom, it's on Sunday, July 20th, 2025. And so as we were getting together, there was 1 year that you thought about pausing it, which was in 2020 due to COVID. And
no, I didn't. I never thought about pausing it. So what's funny is the first year in 2018, there was torrential rains in the forecast. And the city called me that Friday saying I had to cancel. And I said, I'm not canceling. The next year was a heat wave. They called and said, there's a heat wave. I said, I'm not canceling. We're going to have water. The next year they called and said, you have to cancel because of COVID. And I said, we're not canceling. Because, yes.
That's what it was. I thought so. Maybe that's where because I remember it wasn't discouragement, but I remember not so much cancel. I thought you were contemplating. So maybe you had shared, hey, Toy said, no, it wasn't me contemplating. It was me sharing that the city said because of COVID. And so that's the year that, okay, flip to a caravan. And yes. We literally rode around a whole different route because we were driving. So that was 2020. All right. So this is the 8th year. And what are some of the things I mentioned before? And we'll end with the award you gave me 1 year, because that might be a good correlation to some things. The purpose you told us about, this is the 8th year. From what people have said to you during, after, leading up to, what has been some of the feedback you've gotten from community about the Roxbury Unity Parade?
So the first feedback I got, it was like, you don't know how to do a parade. And I said, that's why there's Google. Yes.
Okay, so that was 2018. And what was the not doing a parade, like the route and all that?
In 2017. So like I said, I didn't know anything about doing a parade. So I reached out to someone who did, which was Tom of the Rosendale Parade. May he rest in peace. So he gave me like what permits to apply for, okay, and all the stuff that was needed.
So Google, you went and found some contacts of who has done it and reached who did it and reached
yes.
out to them. And
yes, and he responded. Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about what it also includes. It's not just people marching around and bringing attention to Roxbury. It has evolved over the last couple of years. The location has changed. The route has changed, similar with a lot of parades and festivals in the city. And so give us a quick overview of this year, where it'll start at Madison. Yep. Give us a little bit of the route, and then we come back together and have you can say
okay. So we start at Madison, which it has been that since the beginning. The route would leave Malcolm X Boulevard, take a right onto Gill Road, take a right onto Washington Street, take the left onto Dale Street, the
Wait a minute,
left,
hold on. You've memorized the route?
because it's the same route as last year.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Toy, you're good.
But not even that, I have to submit it to the city. So
Okay.
I constantly have to say, because everybody's emailing about what's the route.
All right. So go ahead. Sorry.
So off of Dale Street, the left onto Walnut Ave, the right, then the left onto Warren Street, go through Warren Street, go through the square, take the left at the bowling building, you'll be on Washington Street, then take the slight right onto Roxbury Street, which will bring us back to Malcolm X Boulevard and back to Madison Park.
Okay, so that is the route. It's not that long. We pray that it's walkable weather and not like yesterday. And good God, today. All right, and so we come back.
But I want to say, with you bringing up COVID,
Yes.
So we made history because we were the only parade that did not cancel during COVID. So as it stands, even though it's our 8th parade, we are Boston's only continuous parade as of this moment. Because even though other parades been around 50 years or whatever, they didn't do in 2020.
Okay, no shade and nothing. We're just going to raise the listen. So I like history and drops and whatnot. So if people didn't know that, now you know that and it's so dope that it's the Roxbury Unity Parade that has that. So we come back, we get back to Madison, and then what happens there?
So at Madison, we will have live music, the Hood Fest. We'll have the block party, which starts at 10 a.m. And that's to have people start gathering. Then at 12 o'clock, we do the award ceremony. At 1 p.m., the parade steps off at 1 p.m.
Okay.
And then we do the route, but we'll come back to Madison.
Okay, and that's usually ending at about 1 p.m. or so. If you can't make the parade or you get off of work at 12 that day,
just go to Madison
at about 1 o'clock. Okay, and as you said, there's water there. Are there any folks that, or you just want to wait, that are signing up for the parade? How are things going for sign up? Also, if you can tell me the website, I will put that, or where people can go to get information to sign up and walk. I will put that out there as well.
So we're actually having an informational Zoom tonight.
Okay.
I will put the link.
Right on time. Okay.
Yep, tonight at 6 o'clock. For those who have questions about the route, about registering, about being part of the Empowerment Resource Fair, because I've seen your emails. I just haven't had time to respond. So come to this Zoom to get all the information that you need. Okay. And the website is roxburyunityparade.com. And on the website, that's where you can register. That's where you can make donations. That's where you can be a sponsor. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make sure that folks get the hyperlink, and all the information is there to donate, to get the route, pictures, I'm sure, from the past and things like that. So let's get that hyperlinked right in the comments, and folks will be able to go directly there. So Toy, let's get ready to wrap up. One of the things that you mentioned was the award ceremony. And so save the award that I got one year, and tell us about the other awards and the themes of them and the purpose behind also, giving out the awards.
Okay. So in 2018, I saw Sarah Ann Shaw at the block party at Eastern Bank.
You were supposed to save that for last.
No, this is how the awards came about.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead.
So when I told her about the parade for Roxbury, just the pride on her face made me think, like, I have to give out awards. Because even people ask, Toy, you're a parade, why are you giving out awards? I was like, no, I have to give out awards to those who uplift Roxbury every day.
Yep.
Because she was just so, like I said, the pride in her face just moved me like, oh, I need to do this. So the media award, the Sarah Ann Shaw Media Award, which we started, remind me what year, James?
This is 25.
So was it 2 years ago?
Hold on. Uh, it'd be a good time to take a commercial. I don't remember. It's on the
Yeah.
bookshelf over there.
So the first year, the Lifetime Achievement Award, Sarah Ann Shaw and Elfrida Harris were recipients. So we do the Lifetime Achievement Award. See, I should have written all this down. The Pillar of the Community Award, um, the Leader of Tomorrow Award, which is going to be changing to the Michael L. Bivens Community Champion Award. I spoke to him a couple of months ago about naming an award after him, and he said that would be okay. Oh,
She
the
said,
Rus- no, because I remember the Bill Russell Award.
okay.
Yeah, because when I started that award, it was before he died, and I've been in contact with his daughter, and I always felt like that Boston didn't give him the recognition that he deserved. And so I started the Bill Russell Sportsman Award. Yes. Oh, the Business of the Community Award. Yeah.
Okay. And so thank you for giving us the overview of the awards, the block party, the route, the time that we start, and also the history. And so one of the things that you mentioned, and we'll get ready to close out here without going too deep into it, was there's, the mayor announced yesterday that the Roxbury branch of the library is being named after the person that inspired you to continue the awards, which is Sarah Ann
Well,
Shaw.
to start the awards,
To
just
start
to have the awards. Yeah.
just have the awards. And so that is Sarah Ann Shaw. I can personally say, as somebody that, is adjacent to the journalistic space, can appreciate the trailblazer that she was, an advocate for our city. Her, and I remember the last time I remember being in a active space with her outside of seeing her in community at events where there was some work going on, was in 2013. Her and Mel King, we were in a room, and it's so funny because it was around the election. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. So there is context for that decision of that branch being named after Sarah Ann Shaw, and there is history, and it's at a library. Media literacy, media, it makes sense. So I just want to encourage you to keep on doing, Toy, what you're doing in reference to the advocacy. And I'll ask you this: you move in the space of bringing attention. All right, let's kind of, I'll go through my list. Mental health while Black, mental health and being a man. We did mental health and Metco. We did Black mental health and health. I think we did a few things.
Finances and mental health,
Finance,
advocacy and mental health.
So let's stop there. Let me check in and ask you, as an advocate, as a public figure. Let's keep it 100. I move in this space so I can ask the right questions. How are you doing in the mental health space of being an advocate that moves in quite a few spaces? If for y'all that don't know, Roxbury Unity Parade, Dee Dee's Cry, and also working, which is a part of Dee Dee's Cry, but working also on trying to get a space dedicated in Roxbury, in community, for survivors of suicide, which had some critique there. And so in that space of being an advocate, how do you handle the mental health impact of, because I saw your post, there's a mental health impact of that, Toy. Let's keep it 100. Sometimes you got to sit and why, and you got to deal with, because Toy is wonderful, but Toy got a little, she can
I'm a thin-skinned person. I am really thin-skinned.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so when I saw this response and I was called a name, I really just felt like it wasn't deserved, for one, because it's not like I was the only person testifying that day who was in favor of the name change. I felt like I was just being bashed for a vote. That's all it was. It's my stance. Just because I was for the name change. I didn't create the name change. I didn't vote. It wasn't my vote that got it changed. Like it was the trustees, just to be personally attacked.
And we started with the question of how do you self-care, because it's an impact. Let's keep it 100. We won't go
Yeah, it definitely was. I
how do you
definitely was taken aback by it. Because me and Siddiqui always had, I respect him. I've been on his show, I think a number of times. And he's right. I did call him just out of respect to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to publicly
support?
say I want the library to be Sarah Ayers Shaw. But like I said, that wasn't my decision. That was in motion long before I got on board. But, you know, I go through it, and then I have to remember, people have the right to their opinions like I have the right to mine. And people are going to say what they're going to say. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And that's it.
Yep. And yep. This was your time to give commentary and not me. But I just, it's just interesting. And I had to check in with you. It was a public post. And so, but I would, like I said, keep doing and be encouraged. There is, of anyone that is moving, there's some folks in the room right now that I know move for good, and being a public figure and whatnot, it does come with there. So here's the thing, Toy, that I will share with you that I had to learn. Critique is fine. When critique crosses into the space of an attempt to control, that's where we got to take issue. So we absorb the critiques, but none of us are to be controlled by anyone or anything. And so you be encouraged, folks. Remember that the date is on Sunday, July 20th, taking off.
Yes, come on out. Let's have a great time. And it's always a good time.
It's always a good time. Meeting at Madison Park at 10 a.m. The
parade steps off at 1.
At 1 p.m.
Because I don't want people to come at 10 and be like, oh, I had to wait for 3 hours for the parade to step off.
First of all, a lot of people, Uncle, show up right.
That's why we start at 10. Because if you say 10, maybe they'll arrive by 12.
See, he wasn't supposed to say that. Because then they're going to come aim for 12, and they'll get there at 12:40. Talk about where I'm supposed to be in line. No, but
that's okay. That's okay. Because we come back. So, because I had people complain like I came and y'all were gone. So that's when we would like go from Madison to another destination, whether it was Malcolm X Park or Jim Rice Field. And they'd be like, but you were gone. I'm like, yeah, because it's a parade. We left. But no, we come back. So if you come and we already stepped off, we'll be back.
Okay. All right. Toy, thank you for coming in. Thank you again for what you do, and keep on doing what it is that you do, for community. And again, it comes with a critique, but you stay in control of your self-care, and it doesn't need to be said, but you constantly go. You need to pause.
Yes.
Break as well. So, all right, Toy, thank you. I love you much.
Thank you.
And when will I see? I hopefully see you Thursday. I sent you I think I sent you the information for Thursday. If not, I'll put it in the text. Summer love, don't get burned.
Oh yeah, I did. I already have things on my calendar though.
Okay. So I'm not going to see you Thursday. Okay then.
Yeah, tabling at an event.
Okay.
Yes.
You tabling. Okay. Yeah. I what you call it? You made me think of some logistics. All right, Toy. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
This morning.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
All right, folks. We're going to get ready to wrap up. Uncle Thaddeus, I saw this. I'm not sure. Community voted on the ballot to name it something else. So when you say the ballot, that would make me think that you're asking about like municipal election, like the ballot. I voted in Roxbury. I voted in November of 23. I didn't see it. I voted September of 24. September 24, November 24. 24 was presidential. No, we did the primaries, I think, earlier of 24. I don't remember seeing on the ballot, like if you're saying like, now I know I'm aware. There was some support for, I believe there was some support for naming it Nubian, but anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave that right there. All right. I am going to get ready to, Milton said he's going to attend the parade this year. Yes, brother. Yes, brother. With making sure you take care of yourself, because it's a hike, or, come up or like a little bike, something or whatever. But with caution, sir. All right. I'm sorry. That's the old, I think I'm older. That's the older brother in me. What else? Today is Tuesday. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. with Dr. Carla Hythe, who is the new head of schools at the Mother Caroline Academy in Grove Hall. And so she's going to come in and talk about the great education that they're providing there, a little bit of her journey and story. Also is technically Dorchester, but it could be a little bit of Roxbury as well. At one point, I think Grove Hall was Roxbury. I think that actually where Mother Caroline Academy is, I think used to be Roxbury. Anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. So come with us tomorrow at 10. We may potentially have another guest at 10:30. Hold on. When I tell y'all that this being the last week of a lot of stuff, just the thought of that is helping me get through this week to hold on until next week. Yes. So Pedro Cruz, who is the director of youth resources, we'll find out tomorrow, is the director of youth resources and development for the city of Boston. He will be with us at 10:30 tomorrow. So please plan to come back at 10 a.m. We have a full cafe tomorrow, 10 a.m. and at 10:30. 2 guests, both moving in the space of education and youth. So that's going to be dope tomorrow. Thursday, people, there will not be a 10 a.m. show on Thursday. Thursday, we are going back to Boston Public Market to celebrate. To celebrate another iteration of what they do for entrepreneurs, to also get a little hint and tease about what they're going to do for the 10-year anniversary. We have some state officials coming, some city officials coming, some of the entrepreneurs. Cheryl from Boston Public Market, we're going to chat with her, which is a pleasure as always. The president of Eastern Bank will be there. Citizens Bank, Lord Jesus, I'm going to get in trouble. The president of Citizens will be there tomorrow, Thursday. So, all right, I'm getting off of here. Everybody have a great and wonderful day. I think I am good with all the comments. Nisi, well, let me go and say good morning real quick. Mama Java, good morning to you. Selena, good morning to you. Java Nation. It was voted last week. Diane Wilkerson said it was on the ballot on her live yesterday. So I can't say yay or nay, Thaddeus. And if it was on the ballot, yeah, a ballot, a vote, but the ballot, again, in all fairness, there may not have been reference to Uncle. I do not know. I will say that I'm not aware that it was a city ballot question, because it wouldn't be, I don't know. I don't know. Rev. Oh God, what was it? Midday Manor. Hey, Reverend Odom, good to see you in the room. Please give the best to the other Pastor Odom, Sister Kim as well. Sharon Cornelius is in the room today. Sharon was so worn out. She's already tired out from ministry, the celebration, all messing. But there was a lot that went on this weekend, and Sharon was sleeping yesterday. So Sharon, I believe you're in the room right now. Can you all do me a favor and congratulate Pastor Sharon Cornelius? She was consecrated, and pastor is consecrated because she was already an elder. So she was consecrated as a pastor and given holy rights. I don't have the details of its, pastor of women, pastor of, new members. But either way, she was consecrated as a pastor on Thursday evening at Jubilee Church, where my friend and brother, Bishop Matt Thompson, is the pastor. Ari, good morning. Good to see you in the room. So please congratulate Mildred. Good to see you in the room. Please congratulate Pastor Sharon Cornelius. I feel bad because I can't. She's pastor now. She's a fly pastor. Y'all saw if you saw the picture, she had them blonde braids. When they poured the oil, she snapped the braids back, and the oil just went across the whole congregation, and people was falling out. No, sir. Sharon, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for your contributions to the Java Cafe. Thank you for being a friend to my mom. And y'all text and y'all oversee the prayer list and all that other stuff. Sharon, thank you, thank you, thank you. It does not surprise us that you were consecrated in that space as a pastor. So congratulations to you. Stay focused. Be who you are in your authentic self. Because when God called you, he knew everything, good, bad, and ugly. But for such a time as this, congratulations to you. So Sharon said the conference wore her out, then the celebration. I didn't get no invitation though. Pastor Odom, I've been on men's for 6 weeks. So Ma and Sharon, please add Pastor Odom to the prayer list. I just got through talking about the prayer list. Please add him, as he said he's been on the men's for 6 weeks now. And so, Pastor, I didn't see anything there. So we will definitely add you to the prayer list. All right, folks, I got to get ready to wrap up because along with everything else going on, I haven't told you all, but I have, all right, where's my little thing at? I have a 2 foot by 3.5 foot hole in my ceiling in the kitchen. I am on an old property in Fort Hill and Roxbury that was built in the 1869. So I'm going to say the 1870s, technically the 1860s, 69. And before Priscilla, all the way from Brooklyn, all the way from New York. Good morning. Good to see you in the room. Before they were using copper, they were using cast iron for the water, for the drain. Hey Siri, how many years since 1879? Hey Siri, how many years since 1869? Hey Siri, how many years has it been since 1869? So, thank you. 156 years. Cast iron was in that corner. So for the past year, here and there, little leak from the window, little leak. Past couple of months, major leak, aggravating leak. Coming home, paper towels, mopping, cleaning up. Nothing got ruined. Floor welled up a little bit. This year, they thought it was outside last year. They were pointing the bricks and all of that. And it was good for some months. If you all remember, a week and a half ago, we had like a real bad rain. I come in, if you all know what lips mean, there were bubbles and lips in the. So anyway, I got to get off of here because they came in and 156-year pipe, from what I saw, had essentially parts of it disintegrated. And when they opened the ceiling, do you know what soot is? Old school soot that like came out the furnace. If your furnace wasn't cleaned and it came through the vents or through the house and you got stuff all back over there. So they're sending a cleaner because I had shared my frustration. So I should have been off of here. so I can go get ready for them to get here. So Mother Lisa is in the room. Good morning, Milagro. Mind your business. You and Alexa. Good to see you in the room as always. Nisi, it is definitely a beautiful neighborhood. Sharon and Ma, thank you so much. Please keep Miss Teresa in prayer as well. And I think I got most everybody. Leslie, you were on my mind this morning. I hope all is well with you. Good to see you in the room. To my mother's point, today has the potential to be the hottest history since the 18. There's something about the 1800s today. 1869 for this house. So, you know what? I thank God for a team. Uncle Thaddeus, to your question, the clarity around the ballot vote was to name so the ballot name, the ballot question one, I don't know what year this was. I believe 2019. Do you support the renaming and changing of Dudley Square to Nubian Square? Election night results show that question was defeated. Oh. So from my understanding, from what I got here, and this looks like Wikipedia, the Public Improvement Commission on December 19th unanimously approved changing the name of Dudley Square to Nubian Square. So that's the square. If there's reference to a ballot, I just got that in a text. And so to Uncle Thaddeus's question, that's all I got there. I'll ask around and do some research myself. And thank you. Brother Eric. Yeah, you supposed to send me an email, man. But that's what I got there, Uncle Thaddeus. So I'm going to get ready to go. Mother Lisa, I think I got you all the way from DC in the room. And that's it, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with Dr. Carla Hayth and also Pedro Cruz. Naraki said that her church was built in 1876, the first Black church in Attleboro. John Wesley in on the chief cornerstone of the church. Wow. Okay. All right. Oops. All right. Eric, I'll have to go look for it. Jesus Lord. Okay. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Carla Hayth and also Pedro Cruz at 10:30 from the city of Boston. We will see you then. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget the Roxbury Unity Parade is taking place